Students, how are you? All set for the NSEP exam. Now, the exam is just right around the corner, only a few days left for the exam. But lately, I've been getting a lot of messages on Telegram, and some of the students are asking, exam ka pattern kya hai? Kitne questions, kitna time? And some of the students are asking, what is the cutoff for this and all that. Now, obviously, I can understand that right before exam, these questions look like, "Arey, fir abhi tak kya kiya?" But to me, all questions are valid. There is a reason that students are asking this because, see, some students have been preparing for this exam for a long time, but there are students who got motivated by Vedantu Olympiad school and they filled out the form at the last moment. They had no plans for giving NSEP. Now they said, okay, try karte hain and then maybe we'll give with more josh next time abhi try karte hain. So all students have different priorities and there are students who are not aware of the exam pattern marking scheme and all that, so this video is going to help you. And even if you're aware, there's no harm in just brushing up those facts over here. So today we are going to cover everything about NSCP exam, the exam pattern, the marking scheme, cutoff marks, and is it even achievable, those things, right? So first of all, my name is Bhavdeep Sethi, and I have been converting a lot of physics haters into physics lovers. And I always say, physics को रट्टा मारोगे तो physics बुरा मान जाएगी. In addition, I also motivate everybody to go out in the nature, explore nature, play with the nature, and that is how you actually learn physics conceptually. Physics textbooks में तो आती है, but nature में ज़्यादा समझ आती है. So exam is scheduled for 24th of November, that is Sunday, 8:30 a.m. right around the corner. Obviously, my exam is almost there. And today, let's look at the big picture. What is this exam going to look like? So there are going to be total of 60 questions there, and you get 2 hours. That is 120 minutes to solve those. So if you divide that, it's 120 by 62 minutes on an average for each question. But remember, that is an average. Like every exam, this exam also is a mix of easy, medium, difficult. So easy, some of those easy questions, maybe you spend only 30 seconds so that you can invest 3 to 4 minutes on difficult questions. So it's not like 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. It's like an average of 2 minutes, right? So just get an idea, like JEE exam, it's like 2 minutes per question. Now the total marks are 216. Looks like a little funny there, but think about the marking scheme here. So the question paper is divided into two parts, part one and part two. Part one is the one where out of four choices, one is right. So you have to choose one choice. If that is right, you get 3 marks. If you choose the wrong thing, you get -1. And if you don't answer that, you get 0. I mean, it's not like if you don't answer, you will be penalized. No, you'll not be penalized if you don't answer. If you answer right, you get 3 marks plus 3. If you answer wrong, you get penalized by -1. If you don't answer, then that is 0. Now, part two is different. It's like multiple right answers. So there are A, B, C, D. Maybe A is right, or maybe A and C are right. B and C and D are right. So there might be one answer right, two, three, four. So you have to mark all the answers you think are right in that question. And if you mark all of the correct answers correctly, then you get 6 marks for that question. So let's take a situation. Let's say there is a question and the correct choice is A, B, and C. If you mark A, do not expect any partial marking for that. You will get 0. You might not, you can't say कि A, B, C writes are at least A to write kar diya, kuch to mark do nahi. There's no partial marking over here. You have to understand. So if you choose A and B, nahi kuch nahi. A and C, kuch bhi nahi. B and C, kuch bhi nahi. So if you choose A, B, C, all those three, then you get 6 marks. But remember, there's no negative marking here, right? So negative marking is not here, but you only get awarded full 6 marks if you choose all the correct answers which are correct. Okay? So let's do the math here. So 3 times 48, that's 144 marks. 6 times 12 is 72 marks. So 144 plus 72, that is where this number, funny looking number, or the magic number of 216 comes in. Because some of the students are curious, यार ये 216 का क्या मतलब है यार, 200 का कर दो, 250 का कर दो. But this 216 is coming from this math, 48 times 3 and 12 times 6. So how is the EMD distribution, easy, medium, difficult here? So looks like NSCP, oh, big difficult exam. No, not all the questions are difficult. So if we look at the previous year's paper and then analyze that, So roughly 40% of that paper, which is 87 marks worth of it out of 216, was easy. I mean, think about it. 40% is easy. Easy as in 20 second, 30 second, 40 seconds. Those kind of questions. 30 second में answer आ गया. Those kind of questions are 40% weightage over there. Then moderate are 57 out of 216, which is another 27%. Now look at this, 67%, matlab two-thirds of the paper is easy and medium. But now this plays the big role here, difficult questions. This 130, one third, sorry, not 130, one third of the paper, which is 72 marks out of 216, that is difficult. So this is the easy, medium, difficult distribution. So roughly 40% easy questions, 27% medium, and 33% are the difficult questions out there. How much do you have to score out of 216? So let's understand the math. Not everybody might be aware of these metrics here. So basically, if you look at the students who give the paper, right? So let's say X number of students or N number of students have appeared for the paper. So the way it works is you look at the top 10 scores, student who has scored the maximum, then second maximum, third, fourth, fifth. So you take the top 10 students, you take the average out of this. So last year that average was roughly 200. So I'm being too precise there, but let's take it as 200 there. So last year, out of 216, top 10 students ka score was 200, and it is a big deal. Trust me, it is a big deal. You have to understand, when I'm saying difficult, one third of the questions difficult are really challenging questions. So if the average is 200, think about out of 216, I mean, kind of students, the preparations out of them. So yeah. So top 10 students ka average you take out and comes out to be roughly 200. Now, these two numbers are important. One is called the merit index and one is the minimum admissible score. So what is merit index? What you do now is top 10% students, because it's all comparatively, na, maybe some year the paper is very difficult. So maybe 216 में से 150 score kar paye top 10. So you really have to normalize those things. So this is a way of normalization. It's not exactly that, but this is exactly what we are doing, looking at the difficulty of the paper and then deciding कि भाई कितने marks पे लेना है. So if the top 10 students have scored 200 marks, you take 80% of that number. So 80% of 200 is roughly 160. That's where this 159 is coming in. So any student who has scored 159 or above is going to be qualified for the next level, which is Indian Physics Olympiad. So I'll say that again. So top 10 students का 200 एवरेज है, उसका 80% लिया, 160 आ गया रफली. तो किसी का 160 या उससे ऊपर है, that student is qualified in to sit for the next level of the exam, which is Indian Physics Olympiad. And last year they wanted to choose 300 students out of it. Now here is a surprising fact. 159 looks like a very small number compared to that, but trust me, and that is the surprising fact, 300 students were not available above this. So basically, again, if any student who scores 160 or above qualifies for the next level and we want to choose 300 students, there weren't 300 students in that bucket. So we want to choose 300, मिले ही नहीं, अब क्या करें? Then comes the state quota. So depending on what state you're living in, उस state से choose करेंगे students to fill in the gap. So let's say 200 students were available there, so rest of the 100 will come from the state-wise quota. But this is the minimum admissible score. मतलब top 10 students ने जो 200 score किया था, उसका आधा is roughly 100 or 99, depending on how precise you want to go. So let's take it 100. तो at least 100 आना चाहिए. Suppose there is a state where the quota says select 3 students from this state to fill in the gap. But let's say only 2 students scored 100 or above, then they will take only 2 students. So this is the minimum score somebody has to score in order to qualify for the next level. This does not guarantee the seat. This guarantees the seat. ये top 10 तो चले गए, वो तो qualify कर गए. इसके ऊपर जिसके वो भी 100% guarantee qualify कर गया. ये लाओगे तब शायद कंसिडर करेंगे कि स्टेट कोटा में आते हैं कि नहीं, है ना. सो दैट्स हाउ दिस वर्क्स. But one thing is for sure, even if you're getting 99, I would say whatever score you're getting, this prestigious exam is so prestigious that appearing for the exam itself teaches you so much. It's a learning journey. I've made a lot of videos on this. The journey is so beautiful. But talking about numbers, this is how this works. So now if you fit those things together, is it really achievable? It is achievable. अब ध्यान से देखिए, merit index is 159. 159 अगर आते हैं या 160 आते हैं उसके ऊपर, तो यू क्वालिफाई 100% गारंटीड, यू क्वालिफाई फॉर द नेक्स्ट लेवल. लुकिंग एट दिस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, 87 plus 57, 144 marks. So if you're able to solve easy and medium difficult question, easy and medium level questions, you're getting 144 marks. See how close you are to that number now. Look at the gap over there. That's just 15 more marks required. And if you're able to solve some difficult questions also, you are there. Easy medium itself is for 144 marks, very close to that index here. तो 15 मार्क्स का अगर आपने डिफिकल्ट कर लिया, यू आर राइट देयर. और नहीं भी किया, मैं कहता हूं यहां तक भी रुक गए, तो देर इज अ वेरी हाई चांस, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द स्टेट you live in. State wise quota depends on many factors out there, the population, the number of school going students, and lot of factors out there, but chances are still very high. So it is achievable if you compare these two. If you do 2 plus 2 का 4, अगर इन दोनों information को join करोगे, it is definitely achievable. So what we covered today is, first of all, the exam pattern. Let me quickly recap that. So first of all, we covered the exam pattern, कि 60 questions होते हैं and how they are distributed marks wise. Then we spoke about the EMD distribution. You can take a screenshot of this and go through this later maybe, and the key metrics areas out there. And then it is achievable. Definitely, I can see if I compare these two tables, yes, this exam is achievable. You will do it. And if you really want to achieve more, there is an achievers batch that is going to be started on November 4th. So Diwali ke agle hafte, we were starting prior to Diwali, but a lot of students requested, sir, Diwali ke baad karenge josh ke saath. So 4th of November ko batch is starting. The batches classes will be every day, Monday through Friday for 3 weeks, क्योंकि 24th को तो exam है. So 15 total classes, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And you get it for a very low cost at 2222. And if you apply this coupon BS Pro 1, you get it for 1999. There's a 10% discount with this. Link is there. You can click on that also. Now, students, you should also understand, because the price is so low, a lot of students are interested, and because obviously the reputation, it's not just about the low price, it's about the reputation of VOS, Vedantu Olympiad School, that we have been getting gold medals and silver medals at the international stage. A lot of students are interested in this batch, so seats are filling out. So I really cannot take beyond a certain number of students, because I want to give personal attention to students here. So seats are filling out. It's up to you to register before they're gone. Right? Now, if you're interested in a longer term journey where you're thinking, okay, this saal to I'll give it as a trial maybe, and next year I'll give it with more energy and more preparation, then there's a long term batch also. I've spoken about this a lot of time. The link for this is also down there. And what is required for my classes is willingness to learn, commitment to hard work, and josh. These are the requirements. सीखने वाले बनो, सिखा मैं दूंगा, है ना. These are the students who trusted us, and we have spoken about them so many times. Gold medal international physics Olympiad, silver medal chemistry Olympiad. So I'm sure that you will be one of these students in the future, and I'll be looking at your pictures here. So thank you, students. Keep up the high josh. See you soon. Bye bye.